Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back. I am Van, and we are all the LFR family. Thank you so much for clicking play. Thank you so much for commenting and just being a part of my community. I appreciate it. We are almost at 600,000 subscribers, and for that, we are going live, and we're going to have a good time. We're going to have a conversation about what's been going on throughout the course of this channel and what's important, what's important in the world and society today in that live. So hopefully you guys will be there. But I just want to let y'all know, man, I just now witnessed one of the most ridiculous conversations I've ever seen in my entire life. It was between Senator Hawley, Senator Josh Hawley. That was my very first time being introduced to him. I didn't know what to expect. And another lady, he was talking to a beautiful young lady by the name of Professor Kiera Bridges. And apparently she's a law professor and anthropologist specializing in the intersectionality of race, reproductive justice, and law. Apparently at Columbia University or Spelman College or Boston University. I don't know exactly where she teaches right now, but I just want y'all to hold on to that she is a professor. She is a teacher. She is helping to shape and form the minds of the young people that are going to be making all of the laws and stuff in the future. I want y'all to keep that in your minds because she has to be extremely intelligent in order to be able to achieve what she has achieved so far. But what is about to come out this young lady's mouth, I swear to goodness, this right here just blew my mind. I want to show y'all something because once y'all hear this, hang around the comment section. Let me know exactly what you think because that's why y'all, I always seek y'all knowledge, man. Y'all are smart as heck. But I want y'all to see how this goes left so fast by Senator Josh Hawley just simply asking her a question. And he's going to form the question in the way that she prefers to form that question. And she's going to get so upset and so emotional. That just shows me that it went from her mind to her heart really fast, and she just forgot all of it. And then not only did she get upset, and she accused him of something that, oh my gracious, what she accused him of is dangerous. It's absolutely dangerous what she accused him of, but also how she just questioned his intelligence by simply asking her this question because you don't have the same thought processes as me. You know what? I'm gonna let y'all check it out first. I'm gonna get into my rant later, but listen to this right here. Check it out.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thanks to all of the witnesses for being here. Before I want to visit with you, Ms. Mansky, but before I do, I just want to clear one thing up. Professor Bridges, you said several times, you've used a phrase, I want to make sure I understand what you mean by it. You've referred to people with a capacity for pregnancy. Would that be women?
Many women, cis women, have the capacity for pregnancy. Many cis women do not have the capacity for pregnancy. There are also trans men who are capable of pregnancy, as well as non-binary people who are capable of pregnancy.
So this isn't really a women's rights issue.
We can recognize that this impacts women while also recognizing that it impacts other groups. Those things are not mutually exclusive, Senator Hawley.
Oh, so your view is that the core of this right then is about what?
So I want to recognize that your line of questioning is transphobic, and it opens up trans people to violence by not recognizing them.
Wow, you're saying that I'm opening up people to violence by asking whether or not women are the folks who can have pregnancies?
So I want to note that 1 out of 5 transgender persons have attempted suicide. So I think it's important
because of my line of questioning?
Because,
so we can't talk about it?
Because denying that trans people exist and pretending not to know that they exist.
I'm denying that trans people exist by asking you if you're talking about women having pregnancies?
Do you believe that men can get pregnant?
No, I don't think women can get pregnant.
So you're denying that trans people exist?
And that leads to violence? Is this how you run your classroom? Are students allowed to question you?
Absolutely.
Or are they also treated like this, where
No,
they're told that they're opening up people to violence?
We have a good time in my class. You should join.
Oh, I bet.
You might learn a lot.
Wow, I would learn a lot. I've learned a lot just in this exchange.
Absolutely.
Extraordinary.
Yep.
Now, y'all saw that whole exchange, right? Now, she accused him of being transphobic. Why? Because he wanted to know how she formulated that question. Look, you formulated that question as if this was about women. But it wasn't about women. It was about people who identified as women. And that's it. That's all she had to say. Look, I apologize if it came off that way, but this question, this concern isn't about women altogether. It's about everyone who are women and those who consider themselves women based off of how they feel they were born and blah, 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 all other stuff that goes along with it. But she didn't do that. What she did was insult his intelligence, call him transphobic, and accuse him of potentially forcing someone into lethality. All right? Forcing someone to be a part of the 1 out of 5 to commit suicide. So since he asked that question, he has pretty much contributed to one more person committing suicide, hurting themselves, or someone else hearing that and going to attack a man who thinks he's a woman. And because he thinks he's a woman and he want to make believe like he's a woman, he want to go have, he want to, or women who believe they're men who are still playing the role of a woman and still having sex or impregnating themselves as they play the role of a man, and then they have a baby. Now that right there is the confusion that she's trying to sell him, but the way she's trying to sell it is you're dangerous, you're transphobic, and you're ignorant, and you can learn something if you were to come to my class. But I love what he said to her. He said, what did he say? Something on the lines of how does your students ask questions to you without being accused of this type of, they can't question anything that you say in your classroom without being accused of potential violence, without being accused of being transphobic, because at this point it's like you'll only accept the type of questions or the type of understanding that you have. Now your job is just to teach a lesson, not to force understanding. That's your job. You're a professor, but that's not what she's trying to be. She's trying to be a freedom fighter. That was bigger than the LGBTQ's rights and whatnot. What she does not realize is that these extra rights that they're trying to bestow upon other people who are not women, they're taking away rights from women. Now, I'm not going to speak too much on that because clearly I'm not a woman. Well, I might be if I say I am. Now, I'm not playing on this. I don't think that this is a playing matter. I think that this is something so sensitive that this young lady had an opportunity. She had a great opportunity to, I guess, communicate how she felt or what she meant by that questioning and whatnot, in a way that I guess she wasn't going to find any equal ground talking to Josh Hawley, clearly, because he's not buying into that stuff that she's buying into. So she's fully committed on the other side, and rather than being adult, she wanted to go toe to toe with him and prove who was, I guess, the most intelligent in that moment. I'm not backing down from you. I'm going to take off my mask and I'm going to give you the business. What's the point of you even having on your mask that entire time waiting to be questioned? You took off your mask. You did your whole thing while you're talking. What happened while the mask was off? That's another thing. So I'm not even going to go there because I don't want to get in trouble on this platform. But I will say that women and men who believe what she believes, at some point you're going to have to understand that everyone's not going to think like you. Everyone don't believe what you believe. And it's not about being disrespectful. No one's trying to be disrespectful. But what you're not going to do is force feed anyone your ideologies. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. And if you're a professor at Spelman University, teaching some of the young, brilliant minds of beautiful black women like yourself, then you're doing them a disservice by leading them in this direction. You really are. You're letting them know that, yeah, you're a woman, but guess who else is a woman? Whoever else identifies as one. So make some room, and if they say they're a woman, respect them as such. Because before that question was even asked to her, he was having a conversation with one of the generals, the liberal generals that were there, about an email that was sent to everybody in the Air Force saying not to use certain pronouns. He, she, young, younger, older. I'm like, what? Male, female? Don't use this stuff in the Air Force. Is an email that was actually sent out, but since it wasn't law yet, it was somebody higher up that sent it out. But since that person that was higher up didn't get the clearance for that, it did not become anything that became a policy. But then his next bit of questioning was to the young lady who actually teaches this, who actually represents this. This is a part of her day-to-day life. This is what she researches. This is what she's all about. He triggered her. She was extremely triggered, and apparently when I went to go look up her name to try to figure out who she was, I saw her name and I said, oh man, she's a professor, and I thought she's beautiful. I think she's a beautiful young lady, black or whatever. She's a beautiful young lady, and I love the fact that she puts education first, and that she's all about her business and all of those things. She's achieved a lot. I just wanted to see who she was. When I Googled this lady name, I see videos saying Professor, I forgot her name already, Bridges. Professor Bridges eviscerates Josh Hawley, embarrasses Josh Hawley. How? How? By calling him transphobic for asking you a straight out question? I don't get that. But since we're talking about a situation that's sensitive, I'm just going to leave it alone. Hopefully y'all got something from that. Sorry for not stopping it fast enough, because I'm trying something new inside of this studio. We're at the new house now, but hopefully you got something new from it. Let me know whatever y'all want me to know in the comments below. And if you have yet to hit that subscribe button, please make sure you do so on your way out the door. Once again, guys, I'm Van, and now we are all the LFR family, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video, hopefully inside the Patreon as well. Y'all have been amazing per usual. Love y'all. Bye.